the answers to the review sheet, page 12 in the packet. First one, number 3, just a two-step equation. Going back to a couple weeks ago, the very first thing we need to do is get rid of the 18 by subtracting. The 18s are gone. We're left with 2x on the left. On the right-hand side, we have 30 minus 18. Now that gives us 12. And last step, divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 6. Now remember, for two-step equations, you always want to do the addition and subtraction first, and then the multiplication and division. Just keep that in mind for two-step equations. Number 4. Here's another two-step equation. Once again, addition and subtraction first, so let's get rid of the 14 by adding 14 to both sides. The 14s are gone. We have x over 3 on the left, and on the right, we have 16. Now, next step, we're going to multiply both sides by 3. Notice how I write that. I use parentheses. And when I multiply 16 times 3, I get 48. All right, number 5. Now we're talking about equations that have two variables. So the first thing I'm going to do is circle the variables. And I ask you, are they on the same side or are they on opposite sides of the line? Well, they're on the same side, so combine them together. 3x plus 4x gives us 7x. Everything else, just rewrite. All right, now it's a two-step equation. We're going to get rid of that 14 by adding 14 to both sides. We're left with 7x on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, when we add these together, we get 42. Last step, divide both sides by 7. So x is equal to 6. Moving on to number 6. Number 6, once again, two variables. I'm going to circle my two variables. My variables are on the same side of the equation, so combine them together. 8 plus negative 10. 8 plus negative 10 will give us negative 2y. Everything else just gets rewritten. Now with the two-step equation, get rid of that 24 by subtracting 24 from both sides. The 24s are gone. We're left with negative 2y equals 30 minus 24, which is 6. Last step, divide both sides by negative 2. So y is equal to negative 3. All right, number 7. Once again, two different variables, so I'm going to circle them. This time, those variables are on opposite sides of the line, which means we have to use the opposite operation. Now, there's a 1 in front of that a. Remember, 1 goes in front of the variable if there is no number. The negative 1 is the smaller number, so I'm going to do the opposite, which would be adding 1a. So the 1a's are gone. On the left I have 3. And on the right, 4a plus 1a gives us 5a. And don't forget about that plus 13. Now it's a two-step equation. Get rid of the 13. Those are gone. 3 minus 13. Remember, 3 minus 13, we have to do leave, change, change, which gives us an answer of negative 10, still equal to 5a. Last step, divide both sides by 5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Number 8. Once again, two different variables I'm going to circle. Now in this one, even though 6 is actually the smaller number, if I move 6 to this side, there is going to be nothing left on this side. We don't want that. So we have to take the 11D to the other side. Now 11 is positive, so the opposite of positive is negative. 11Ds are gone. We're left with 10 equals. Now 6 minus 11, leave, change, change, will give us negative 5D. And there was no way to avoid that negative. Last step, divide both sides by negative 5. So we have D is negative 2. Alright, number 9. Number 9, whenever you see these parentheses, that's called the distributive property. And for the distributive property, we need to take that number that's on the outside and distribute it to every term on the inside. So 4 times x will give us 4x minus, that's a subtraction sign, 4 times the number on the inside, which is 12. The equals 28 does not change. Now simplify that a little bit further, so we get 4x minus 4 times 12, which is 48. And the equals 28 is still there. Alright, next step, you're going to add 48 to both sides. So we have 4x equals, now 28 plus 48 is 76. And last step, divide both sides by 4. So x is going to be equal to now 76 divided by 4. Take it over to the side. Four goes into 36 9 times, which would be 19. Last one, same thing, it's a distributive property because we have the parentheses. You're going to distribute that negative 5 to every term on the inside. So, negative 5 times x is just negative 5x. Plus, now we have negative 5 times 10, which is still equal to 25. Simplify by multiplying, so we have negative 5x plus negative 5 times 10 is negative 50. Still equal to 25. Now it's a two-step equation that I have to solve. So, since it's an addition problem, the opposite of addition is subtraction. Now look what you're adding. You're adding a negative 50, which means you have to subtract a negative 50. Whatever you're adding, you have to subtract. Now, you have to do that to both sides. So if you're subtracting negative 50 on this side, you have to subtract negative 50 on the right-hand side. Now the 50s are gone. You have negative 5x on the left. And on the right, we have 25 minus negative 50. Well, if I do leave, change, change, I will get 75. Last step, divide both sides by negative 5. So you get x is equal to negative 15. Now, these are the 4 sections, the most important sections that will be on the test. Don't forget there is a review section on the test that will be with expressions and rewriting algebraic expressions from sentences such as twice the number increased by 4. That would be a type of problem that would be in the review section for this week. Just keep studying those equations, know your rules, know your integer rules, and you should be all set. Good luck.